Picture this: a 14-year-old kid in Barcelona steps onto a worn-out street pitch. No coaches, no fancy uniforms, just 5 friends, 2 shoes for goalposts, and an unspoken rule: think fast or lose the ball. Now, shift that image to the US. A perfectly lined turf field, cones everywhere, and parents watching from SUVs. The difference isn't just the scenery, it's the mindset. European kids grow up learning to see football, not just play it. They read the game like a language they were born speaking, while American players often treat it like a subject they study twice a week. And here's the shocker: it's not about talent, money, or even coaching hours. It's about how they're taught to think. Because football IQ isn't something you're born with, it's something you build, moment by moment. And if America doesn't flip this one mental switch soon, we'll keep producing athletes, not football thinkers. Meet Calen Brooks, a 17-year-old from Dallas, Texas, a city where Friday nights mean football, but not the kind he loves. While his friends dream of college scholarships and touchdowns, Calen's heart beats for the other football, the one the rest of the world calls life. His fast, his strong, his work ethic could put most to shame. 6 days a week, he trains under the scorching Texas sun. Cone drills, sprint intervals, endless touches. But lately, something's been eating at him. Whenever Calen joins online matches with European players, he feels it, an invisible lag, not in Wi-Fi, but in thought. Before he can decide where to pass, they've already made the move. Before he spots space, they've already filled it. It's like they're playing chess while he's still learning checkers. At first, he blamed himself. Maybe he needed more representatives, more stamina, more hours on the field. But deep down, he knows it's something else. Something you can't fix by running harder. One night, after a scrimmage loss, Calen sits in his car replaying clips of a youth match from the Netherlands. What struck him wasn't just the skill. It was how calm those players looked under pressure. How their eyes scanned before the ball even arrived. How they seemed to see the game 2 moves ahead. Calen realized he'd been taught to play fast but not to play smart. He could execute drills perfectly, yet still lose the mental battle on the pitch. That's when a question began to haunt him, one every young American player should ask. What do they know that we don't? Smarter won. The street mentality Europe never lost. Calen's first real wake-up call didn't come from a coach. It came from a random clip on social media. A grainy video from Lisbon showed a group of kids playing barefoot on cracked concrete. The goals were old bike frames, the field no bigger than a driveway. No refs, no whistles, just chaos, glorious, creative chaos. But within that chaos was rhythm. One kid nutmegged another, a third intercepted, and somehow every decision seemed instant. Nobody waited for permission. Nobody froze. They reacted, fast, fluid, fearless. That's when it hit Calen. These kids weren't being trained, they were being shaped. Every touch was instinctive, every mistake a lesson. There was no lecture after a bad pass, just another chance to make it right. That constant repetition under pressure, in unpredictable conditions, builds what no drill ever can: football instinct. In the US, things look different. The fields are perfect, the schedules organized, the training structured to the minute. Coaches bark instructions: stay in shape, don't take risks, pass safe. Every action is measured, analyzed, corrected. But here's the hidden cost. When every move is micromanaged, creativity suffocates. Players stop thinking for themselves. Calen realized he had never played a truly free game in his life. Every match, every scrimmage, every session came with a plan, a structure, a voice telling him what to do next. No wonder he froze in tight spaces. His brain wasn't wired for chaos. He'd learned control, not improvisation. In Europe, street football is where legends are born. Ronaldo on Madeira, Mbappé in Bondy, Modric on gravel fields. Those environments force you to adapt, to think quicker, to outsmart opponents with limited space and endless unpredictability. Street play builds the brain's decision center, the football IQ that separates good players from great ones. So Calen made a decision. He gathered some friends, found an abandoned parking lot, and created his own mini-Europe. No coaches, no drills, just the ball, the players, and pure instinct. It was messy, it was loud, it was real, and for the first time, he wasn't just training, he was learning. Be honest, when was the last time you played a game with no coach, no drills, just instinct? If you still play like that, drop street in the comments, because that's where true football intelligence begins. Smarter 2, the mind-first coaching philosophy. When Calen joined a short summer exchange program in Amsterdam, he expected to be pushed physically, more drills, faster sprints, tougher sessions. But on his first day at the Dutch academy, the coach didn't hand him cones or make him run laps. Instead, he gave him a challenge that seemed almost too simple: watch before you move. The coach placed Calen in a 5v2 rondo and told him to keep his eyes up, scanning every second, even when he didn't have the ball. Calen tried. He scanned once, received the pass, looked down, and the ball was already gone. Too late, the coach said calmly. You're watching the game after it's already happened. That moment changed everything. Calen realized he'd been conditioned to react to the game, not read it. In the US, he'd spent years perfecting his pace, his shot power, his endurance, all physical markers of progress. His American coach used to say, run faster, hustle harder, win your duels. But nobody ever asked him what he saw before he moved. In Europe, it was the opposite. The players around him, some just 12 or 13 years old, played with an eerie calm. They checked over their shoulder every few seconds, constantly aware of angles, options, and pressure. Their coach didn't yell, he questioned. Why did you pass there? What did you see before you received? Every mistake was an opportunity to train the brain, not punish the body. Calen learned that football at the highest level isn't a game of muscles, it's a game of milliseconds. European academies teach awareness first, because awareness creates control. A player who sees earlier doesn't need to run faster, he's already one move ahead. Back home, Calen started bringing that mindset to his local team. Before every practice, he'd challenge himself. Scan before you touch, think before you sprint. At first, his teammates thought he was overthinking. But soon, they noticed, he was winning balls without tackling, finding passes they didn't even see. That's when it truly clicked. He'd been training his legs his whole life, but never his mind. And now, his football IQ was finally waking up. Smarter 3, the pressure zone. Calen used to believe that pressure was something to avoid, the thing that ruined your touch, froze your feet, and made your confidence collapse in front of a crowd. In the US, most of his games were weekend tournaments where the stakes were more about medals than mastery. Win or lose, everyone packed up, smiled for photos, and moved on. It was fun, but it was also safe. The kind of safe that doesn't build instincts. Then came his second trip to Europe, a short trial with a mid-tier academy in Belgium. Within 10 minutes of the first scrimmage, Calen realized this wasn't fun football. Every mistake had a cost. Players fought for every inch, not just for pride, but for their spot. The team that lost dropped to a lower training group the next week. The winning side got extra minutes in the next friendly. Nobody wanted to be on the wrong side of that split. What shocked Calen wasn't just the intensity. It was how composed everyone was under that intensity. There was no panic, no shouting, just focus. European kids seemed wired to perform because of pressure, not despite it. One small-sided game felt like a final. Every player made hundreds of decisions in tight spaces. Every second mattered. That's when it hit him. This is how football intelligence is forged. Pressure sharpens awareness. It forces the brain to adapt, to choose the smartest option faster. It's not punishment, it's practice under fire. Back home, Calen looked at American tournaments differently. He noticed how players switched off after going 2 goals up, how coaches rotated half the squad just to be fair, how everyone prioritized comfort over challenge. No wonder the tempo dropped when things got tough. So he changed his approach. Every match, even friendlies, became a mental test. How long can I stay sharp under pressure? How fast can I think when I'm tired? Slowly, the panic faded. Pressure became his favorite part of the game, the zone where he learned most about himself. Now Calen asks his teammates the same question I'll ask you. What's tougher, a relaxed showcase or a match where every mistake costs your team? Drop your answer below, because how you handle pressure determines how far your football mind can go. Smarter 4, the invisible curriculum. When Calen came back from Belgium, he carried more than a few new tricks. He carried confusion. Not from Europe, but from home. His Dallas coach wanted him to press high. His high school coach told him to sit deep. His travel team focused on fitness, his college prep team wanted tactical discipline, and his private trainer preached creativity above all. Every environment spoke a different football language. It was chaos disguised as opportunity. Across the ocean, Calen had seen something else entirely: structure. From Spain to Germany, every academy followed a connected philosophy, like chapters in the same book. Coaches didn't contradict one another. They built on each other's lessons. A 10-year-old in France learned the same football grammar that professionals used in League One. The drills, the decision patterns, the tactical shapes, all flowed in one direction, towards smarter football. In the US, there is no single playbook. The system is scattered, travel leagues chasing trophies, high schools prioritizing records, colleges recruiting size and speed, MLS next trying to bridge it all. Every season, Calen felt like he was rebooting his football brain. Different coach, different formation, different priorities. It's like learning a new dialect every year and wondering why you can't think fluently in the game. That's when he realized Europe's real secret wasn't just talent or pressure, it was continuity. Their invisible curriculum connected every level. Kids learned not only how to play, but how to think the same way as pros. A 14-year-old in Portugal could step into a senior session and instantly understand the rhythm. It wasn't magic, it was alignment. One of Calen's Belgian mentors told him, "We don't coach to win, we coach to build thinkers." That hit hard. Because in the US, many coaches coach to survive, to win short-term so their programs look successful. But every disjointed season breaks a player's mental rhythm. Calen summed it up perfectly. European kids grow through one clear football language. American kids speak 5 dialects. And here's the truth. You can't think fast when every season changes your playbook. Have you experienced this chaos? A new coach, new tactics, new everything, just when you were starting to click? Drop reboot in the comments if you've lived it. Because until American soccer speaks one unified language, we'll keep training talent that can run fast, but not think faster. Smarter 5, the cultural switch America can still make. For most of his life, Calen treated soccer like an event, something that happened at 5 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, between homework and dinner. Practice was where he played. Home was where he rested. He loved the sport, sure, but it lived in his schedule, not in his soul. That changed when he stayed with a host family in Seville, Spain. From the moment he arrived, football wasn't an activity, it was air. Breakfast TV played La Liga highlights. Kids in the courtyard argued whether Xavi or Modric was the smarter midfielder. The dad, a mechanic, spent his evenings coaching a local U10 team. The mom, who didn't even watch matches regularly, still had strong opinions about offside calls. Football wasn't something they did, it was something they were. Calen quickly noticed how this immersion shaped the young players. They didn't just learn tactics on the field. They absorbed them everywhere, through constant exposure, conversations, and observation. When they watched games, they didn't just cheer goals. They analyzed build-ups, positioning, and timing. That's what football IQ really is. The byproduct of living the game, not visiting it twice a week. Back in Texas, Calen looked around and realized how different the culture felt. His teammates talked more about NFL Sundays and basketball highlights than Champions League nights. Parents treated soccer as a resume booster, not a lifelong passion. The sport was growing, yes, but too often, it was boxed into weekend activity status. That's the silent killer of football intelligence, disconnection. So Calen made a switch, not in training, but in mindset. He started watching full matches instead of just YouTube clips. He joined random pickup games with immigrant communities around Dallas, where football felt raw, unscripted, alive. He learned to study the game during lunch breaks, not just practice drills during warm-ups. And little by little, his instincts sharpened. His football IQ started to expand in ways no coach could ever teach. It made him wonder, and now, I'll ask you the same thing. What if American players started living the game the way Europeans breathe it? Would we finally close the gap? Maybe it's not about copying Europe's systems, but embracing football as part of our daily lives. Talk about it. Watch it intelligently. Play it anywhere. Because when football becomes identity, not just activity, that's when the real transformation begins. Months later, Calen Brooks still trained on the same fields in Dallas, under the same sun, with the same teammates. But something had fundamentally shifted, not in his legs, but in his mind. The player who once chased the rhythm of the game now controlled it. He no longer reacted to what was happening. He predicted what would happen. Before a pass was even played, Calen was already 2 moves ahead, intercepting space, shaping tempo, seeing patterns others missed. His coach noticed first. "You're calmer now," he said. "You play like you've got time." Calen smiled. He didn't have more time. He just learned to create it. What changed wasn't just skill. It was awareness. Every decision, every scan, every second felt purposeful. Watching games had rewired how he saw movement. Pickup matches had taught him freedom. European training had shown him that football wasn't about reacting faster. It was about thinking smarter. And that's when Calen truly understood. Europe didn't produce smarter players by luck or natural talent. They built them, one decision, one repetition, one cultural habit at a time. Their intelligence came from systems, from community, from living the game every day. For Calen, the transformation wasn't just about football IQ. It was about identity. He stopped seeing soccer as something he did and started seeing it as something he is. And that's the secret. Intelligence in football isn't born. It's built, brick by brick, choice by choice, until the game finally speaks back to you. Before you go, if Calen's story struck something in you, hit that like button and subscribe to Football Mindset IQ. Because this isn't just another football channel, it's a movement. A space for American players who are ready to train not just their bodies, but their minds. Maybe you see a bit of Calen in yourself. Fast, committed, passionate, but searching for that next level of clarity. The difference between reacting and reading, between chasing and controlling. That shift starts here, with how you think. And every week, we'll break down the habits, mindsets, and unseen lessons that turn good players into game controllers. So here's your challenge. Don't let this video be inspiration for 5 minutes. Let it be ignition for the next phase of your football journey. Watch smarter. Train sharper. Think deeper. Because intelligence isn't a European secret, it's a skill any American player can build if they're willing to see the game differently. And before you scroll, share this with a teammate who's got the grind but needs the mindset. Someone who's putting in the hours but hasn't yet unlocked their football brain. That one share could flip their entire perspective. Remember this final line, and let it stick with you every time you lace up. Because the moment you start thinking like Europe, you stop playing catch-up. Now go out there and play the game before it plays you.